Good morning, guys. I'm back. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. As you can hear, I'm still like a little bit sick. Been like a little sick. I've been challenged, if you can say the least, in the past like week. So it's been a rough one for me, but guess what? You can't keep me down long, right? So I'm back and with a new phone. And I have to say like a deep thank you to my 51 subscribers because like I wouldn't even be able to do a live without you guys. So like I love you guys and thanks for watching and sharing and anything else that you do, right? Really appreciate it. So I'm going to set the Palo Santo aside, right? I already gave you a nice dose. Feels nice and clean in here. I made some moon water. It's like our moon water. So we're going to start with the sign. I already kind of like did a little pre-shuffle and kind of just looked at the cards. Saw what came out a bit. So I have an idea where we're going, but let's see who it's going to be for. Okay, we got Sagittarius and Capricorn, right? Queen of Pentacles. I like the Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Pentacles is like, it's like the bad bee, but the one you can't tell she's a bad bee, right? Because she's kind of humble, you know what I mean? She takes care of her home. She makes that money, right? So more of her focus is going to be kind of focused on like financial things, tangible assets. You know what I mean? Her focus and her abundance is going to show in that area, right? You know how it is. There's the 4 different queens, so their abundance is going to show in whatever their area is. So she's got this pentacle. So male or female, it's a feminine energy, but this can exist in a man or a woman. That doesn't make a difference. So it feels like someone that's concerned about money, but not overly so. Like, let me explain. So clearly she has money. All right, she's the Queen of Pentacles. She has money and she knows how to generate wealth and abundance. That's the main point. Knows how to generate wealth and abundance, right? Not that only acquiring it, right? Because this is like a vibration. This is kind of like you could call it kind of like a confidence, kind of like it doesn't matter where I go. I know there's always going to be a way for me to bring that abundance in, bring that, whether it's I need coins, I need a home, whatever it is that I need, I'm able to create that. And a lot of times, remember this is a queen, usually the queens are kind of within a family structure. So this queen is married or has children or is like the boss or a leader of a specific group of people. That's what makes her a queen. She's a boss. So on top of that, really her focus is on caring for the people that are within her, you know, her area, right? Or whatever she's the leader of, right? So she focuses on creating wealth and abundance for those people. So that's why she's not fancy. If you notice, she's just wearing like a regular like gown there. You know what I mean? She's not shiny. She's not, you know, in comparison to the other queens, she can look a little homely, even though she got the most money. But it's like, and it's kind of like the difference between like being rich and being wealthy, right? A lot of times rich is flashy, right? Because it's short money. But when you look at the queen, that's abundance. That's an abundance. That's a vibration. That's an eternal abundance. That this person has has tuned themselves, thank you, has tuned themselves to the vibration of always being abundant, always bringing in that abundance in different forms, right? So, all that to say that we got Sagittarius, Capricorn. So I know those are like, whatever, like, I don't know how you call it, but they're kind of like back to back. So this could be, if you're in between those, you're a cusp. You're on the Sagittarius cusp, possibly, or on the Capricorn cusp. So we got Sagittarius, and then funny that we actually just had the blue moon in Sagittarius. So it's like, it feels like it's all about you guys. Literally all about you guys. And kind of about your grounding. And how you, as a fire sign, where sometimes you would rest in a different energy, right? And a more passionate energy and a more flashy energy. Because if we look at the Queen of Wands, she's like very fancy, outgoing. And so you might be in that type of energy, and like this is calling you to a more grounded energy. So let's see what comes out. And I have a couple relatives that are Capricorns, so let's see if there's any messages in here for them. Love you guys. And of course, I have to say like a big thank you to my little assistants on the other side that help me with interpretations, direct messages, images, and sometimes just calling my attention to things that I am missing. So I really appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys too for watching and sharing and commenting if you do, which doesn't happen very often, but much appreciated if you'd like to. Okay, so we got Magic Carpet and Superhero Squirrel. I like this. I like this because it's like, for some reason, I just got like the image like superhero cat, right? I kind of like that. So for Magic Carpet, we got It Will Only Get Better. The magic of the universe is delivering you to better horizons, and the view keeps improving, which is great because we're like in a change with the Sagittarius moon, with the moon in Sagittarius, and we're kind of like burning out old patterns, right? So we want to be moving into a space where you're only getting better and better. Like for my meditation, thank you, Silva Method. But that's kind of the motto of the Silva Method, is better and better. You can only improve, right? All the things that you're doing in this life are to improve you, improve your spirit, improve and develop your soul, right? So it's only getting better and better. Then we got Superhero Squirrel, release your fears. Leap anyway. The cape appears midair. Even small nuts can pull off huge, daring stunts. So like, these are both like, it's giving me like a big soaring energy. So it's kind of like jumping into the unknown, right? Jumping in, kind of like the Fool card, taking a chance on something. So you're not gonna be able to see, oh, this is gonna be successful. You're not gonna be able to see that things will work out. But you're being called to jump anyway, right? This is where you need to follow your passions. And as a Sagittarius, you are a very passionate person. You are a fire sign. That's your energy. So jumping and going into your dreams is like the only option for you, right? Because things will only get better. This is directing you to whatever that path is. Something from the past, when I was doing the pre-shuffle, I saw the Six of Cups. So this could be something that you wanted to do in the past, but you didn't take the chance on it, right? So it's like calling you to release those fears. Things are only going to get better. You don't have to keep holding back. So I'm going to just pull a couple cards because I am doing this before I get ready for work because I was so excited and I don't want to miss it and not have time to do it this morning. So we're not going to go crazy, but we got the Empress at the bottom. So it could be some big project that you're birthing, right? Because we know that the Empress, and the Queen of Cups, we are talking about feminine power, okay? And we had the Queen of Pentacles that came up. So we got Queen of Cups and the Empress. Let's see what else we got here. So it's like birthing a new idea, starting a new plan, a new business, a new strategy in your life, right? All right, tell me about it. It will only get better. Okay, we got a couple cards here. We got Strength, Ten of Pentacles, and Knight of Swords. What? Okay. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a little challenging, right? Literally. Why do you do that? So, like I was saying, it will only get better, right? So you may be in this strength right now, right? Holding strong, holding very strong in your position, in your Ten of Pentacles position. See, right? You have all the things that you need right now, strong, independent. But there's someone that's coming in to challenge, right? We know that the Knight of Swords, one, is a knight, right? It's a person that comes and goes. Okay, so it's not a person that's a stable fixture in your life. Let's start there. Two, they've got a sword. So in tarot, swords is representative of thoughts, ideas, words, you know what I mean? It's basically mental messages. So it's like a person that's coming in that has a lot to say. You know what I mean? Kind of like a person that wants to come in and unload on you. You know what I mean? But with it being a sword, it appears to be more of a negative interaction. But that doesn't necessarily have to be true, right? It could just be a person rushing in to speak to you. And, it appears that you're in a very strong position right now. Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Cusper. You appear to be holding strong here, but this person is coming in with some type of message. Let's find out a little bit more about this person. So I'm just going to use this Path of Shadows. There's quite a few characters in here, so sometimes this works out well. We'll see. If not, I'll use the regular tarot. I find it to be a little bit easier to work with, just because it's so wide in a way. It's so extensive that there's always a way to interpret with that one. These, sometimes there can be strange messages and a little deeper than what we're intending to go, if you know what I mean. So, let's find out about this Knight of Swords. Hope everyone's doing well. Maybe you have the day off. It's a pretty nice day here. It's already pretty sunny. It's supposed to be in the 70s. So, I'll be working all day, but that's fine. Okay. So, we got a gargoyle. I asked about the... Sorry. Okay. So we got, in stone I'm carved, let alone in the cold, always watching over, protecting, stories untold. like I was saying, this person got something to say. Stories untold. Yeah, I know you got stories that are untold. Oh, plenty of stories that are untold. Yeah. Okay. You might want to get like as much information as possible from this person, because this could be a person that's pretty I don't want to say liar, but I do want to say that they hold back a lot. You know, they're not forthcoming. Thank you. Not forthcoming with the truth. So, but this person is trying to come in because they have things to communicate. So it could be a person that's kind of cold, quiet, like a person that spends a lot of time kind of in this like, oh my gosh, in just like this thinking energy. Look at the image. Right? Sorry about the glare there. But kind of in a posture, just a meditative posture. And that reminds me, while I was doing the pre-shuffle, I did see the meditation monkey. So this could be a person that's been really thinking about this for a long time. Like they've been contemplating what they want to communicate, how much of the truth they actually want to communicate to you. So, and they've been thinking about that and thinking about rushing in. So we've got that going on here. So you might want to keep an eye out for someone coming in, wanting to give you some information, and just try to ask as much as possible, because it might be an opportune time to really get more information out of this person. Okay, then let's check on this superhero squirrel. Release your fears. All right, tell me about the superhero squirrel, okay? 9 of Pentacles. That's you, baby. You're the superhero squirrel. Oh, my God. Release your fears. We got you. Why do you guys do this to me? Okay. I have to do it. So, we got the 9 of Pentacles, and we know her as the notorious single lady. No, for real, I don't have a problem with the 9 of Pentacles. I like the 9 of Pentacles. She's a bad, right? She's a baddie. She supports herself. She's created this garden, right? With all the effort and all the seeds that she's planted, right? So now she's very abundant. And not only is she abundant, a lot of this abundance comes from like her spiritual guidance, right? As you can see, she's got her little bird on her head, and that's representative of that guidance, of that connection that you have to the divine, of the divine leading you in a way where you plant your seeds in the right places so that you can become this abundant lady, right? But what is the biggest fear? The biggest fear of the abundant lady, right? What is it? Relationships, right? Because she is notoriously the single lady. So clearly, that's one of the fears, right? Is kind of giving over her energy and the abundance from all the work that she put in, all the seeds that she planted and tended to, and created and saved and watered. All this work, all the energy that went into this beautiful garden, right, is allowing someone else access into that garden. 100%. I'm with it. I totally understand. I am 9 of Pentacles energy, right? Totally kind of have a little bit of I wouldn't call it fear, but I would say trepidation, right? About allowing someone else into your garden, about allowing someone access into your life, right? Because when you're here, you're in control of everything, right? Anything that dies in this garden, it's on you, right? You've been tending to it, you've been caring for it. You know what needs to be done here, right? But if you allow someone else into this garden now not only they might take from what you have, right? That's a possibility. They might take all that you have. Let's be honest, right? Because we're living in reality here. You know, these are things, these are messages to help you with the things that are happening in reality. So we have to really read this in a way that lines up with the way the world works now. So in reality, you do have to be worrisome about letting someone into your garden, right? Because they could be a thief. Just starting there, right? And take everything you have, right? That's just the beginning. Or they could be toxic, right? And that toxicity could bleed into everything into your garden. And then what happens? It kills everything that you've planted, right? Or this person could be inconsiderate and they can trample all over your very gentle and like newborn little plants and destroy them. You know what I mean? And this could cause you to have a bit of, I don't know how to describe this, but I don't want to say a breakdown. But it could cause you to feel a tremendous amount of guilt, right? So I can see why, you could have these fears. And even in this card, it's like she's looking over her shoulder, right? And protecting what she has. Let's get some more cards on this. But I feel like the real fear that needs to be released is that there is a limitation on your abundance, right? Because really, we shouldn't be afraid of losing this, right? Because it's real and it's not, right? Because that's money, right? Is money real? No, right? But the work that you put in, the energy that you put in to acquire it, that's real, right? But I think the point about this, like, and we got the Fool card. I talked about the Fool card, and there it is. Just as I'm talking about it. So, like, the real point is not to be so tied to the things that you've already manifested, right? I understand being protective of your garden, right? But not being so tied there because, like I said, you are the Queen of Pentacles. And this isn't about guarding your abundance, right? This is about being able to create abundance, right? Which means even if someone comes and takes all this from you, doesn't mean anything, right? Because the abundance that you have is a vibration that exists within you. So what happens? Who you are and what you are is what creates that abundance. So even if someone was to take all this from you, you'd get it right back. Energetically, of course. You'd get it right back because you are an abundant person. You have mastered abundance. You have mastered the vibration of acquiring within this life. So it's kind of like saying, let go of that fear of not having anything. Let go of that fear of not having money. Let go of that fear of being broke. Same thing, right? But like not having money and being broke are two different things. So, and they're big fears that a lot of us have, especially right now, when everything is going up except your pay. So it's like, it's putting us in a tight situation where we have to remember that we are abundant energetically, right? This is something that can't be like monetized or controlled, if you get what I'm saying. Like, because that abundance extends to more than just a physical coin. And you are an abundant person. You can create these coins and the abundance that you need. You have become an expert in doing that. So like, it's time to take a chance. You got the Fool card. I talked about this before. It will only get better. I can't remember why I brought up the Fool card, but you've got it here. This is about taking a chance. Oh, right here. Release your fears. Leap anyway. And we got the Fool. That's what the Fool does. And look, the Fool is not worried about baggage. Do you see the Fool with luggage? Do you see the Fool dragging a house behind them or a car behind them? No, the Fool takes the chance like that. Starts a new life like that. Because they already have the vibration of abundance. So they don't need to take those coins with them. The coins exist within your vibration. Your abundance exists within you. You don't need to take that with you. You don't need to physically carry. And like, this could be a message too. You don't need to carry it. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to go into details, but you don't need to carry that anymore. You can put it down. You can put it down and start new. It's okay. It's always okay. I love you guys. That's going to be the end of it. I'm almost at 30 minutes and I got to hustle and get dressed. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I love you guys. And I'll see you on a live very soon. Take care.